Senator Boozman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Ranking Member, for having this hearing, and we appreciate you guys very, very much and all you do and represent. I have had the opportunity to visit with many of our allied partners regarding training, the opportunity to train with our airmen as far as F-35 training. General Brown, can you speak to the importance of pilots from our partner nations training with our pilots here in the U.S. and how crucial that is to national security?
Senator Boozman, thanks for the question. I will tell you just from my own personal experience in my many years operating with our allies and partners, and most of my time as general officer working with allies and partners, how much they value the opportunity to train together, whether it's at locations overseas, but primarily here in the United States where they can actually use some of our advanced ranges like I just talked about. And so there is real value in the aspect of them being able to train. And as we bring on the F-35, not only for the United States Air Force, but with our allies and partners, their ability for us to train very closely together as we bring in this new capability, it helps provide additional capacity as we look at our collective security, not just our national security, but the security we share with our allies and partners as well.
Very good. And this is the cream of the crop. So not only are they, helping with defense, but also the ability to develop those relationships with future leaders of their countries. The other important point I continue to hear from our allies is the need for training to start on time. They have timelines and commitments along with the need to be ready to fight if needed. As we continue to build F-35 capacity, our U.S. bases are becoming resource constrained and affecting our allies' ability to train. General Brown, with U.S. air bases becoming more crowded, can you speak to why it's important to have the ability to invest in future F-35 training centers?
Yeah, what I would like to highlight to you, Senator, one of the areas we've looked at is overall as we have more and more countries that are interested in the F-35 and bring that in, we also have to take a look at how we across the board have our capability to not only train them, but train ourselves, but as we remain our combat capability. We have the locations where we have done traditional training have starting to get a bit more crowded. And so, as you know, we've been looking very closely at Ebbing as a location and doing that work to get Ebbing up to speed. And part of that is also to meet the timeline associated with the work we've done with our allies and partners so they can get their training on time. And in the big scheme of things, it helps us all to get their training on time, to get their capability. But we appreciate the support from your delegation. And we've done some really deep work internal to the Department of the Air Force to align things to make sure we get that capability on time at Ebbing.
Good, thank you. Mr. Secretary, do you feel like you've got all of the authorities that you need regarding things going forward to help build the training capacity that we need?
Senator, yes, I do. I'm not aware of anything that I need that I don't have, but I'd be happy to share with you if I come to that conclusion.
Good. We appreciate that. Let me just talk about one thing that I think has already been talked about, but I think it's so very important. Senator Tester and I chaired a roundtable regarding quality of life issues, and Mrs. Brown came, and she did a tremendous job, and could speak as somebody that not too long ago was in the situation of our airmen, airwomen, that are struggling now to starting their careers, making ends meet, all of the challenges as you move every 2 or 3 years. So I guess what I would say, and it doesn't matter if you're in the Space Force, regular, reserve, whatever, but particularly, like I say, the challenge of moving, spousal, opportunities regarding their ability to work, schools, child care is such a huge issue, and I want to compliment you all. You all are doing a really good job in those arenas, but also it's going to become more and more important from a recruiting and a retention standpoint, those quality of life issues. Looking back, now that I'm older and appreciate my parents so much more than I did as a kid, as we all do, but my dad doing 23 years as a master sergeant realizing that those were the first things they looked at, taking care of us. So I guess what I'm saying is we do appreciate the fact that you really are looking hard at those quality of life issues and realize how important they are, and doing your very best to take care of the men and women that work for you. And we do appreciate that.